During our interview section, we asked three people between the ages of 18 and 58 years old what they thought about social media and their phones. This is what they had to say. A question we asked was, would you say using your phone a lot has had a positive or negative effect on you? And Ross Brown, who is a resident of East Belfast, said, I would say it's both a positive and negative thing, as I'm able to connect with people I went to school with via Facebook, and I am also able to keep in contact with family and friends. However, it's also a bad thing, as it allows me to spend money on the betting app, which isn't necessarily good. Lauren Ritchie, who is a part time worker in East Belfast, answered that question a little bit differently. She said, personally, I would have to say it's a negative effect, as I'm always on it. It's like a comfort blanket. When I'm nervous, I go on it. When I'm anxious, I go on it. When I'm bored, I go on it. Another question I asked was, how often would you say you spend on social media a day? Chloe Ogle, who is a resident of East Belfast, said, I spend roughly around an hour on social media a day. And Ross Brown, who is also a resident of East Belfast, said, I would say around an hour a day, as I only ever use it to phone people and look at the betting app, as I normally just watch TV or go to the pub. However, Lauren Ritchie, who is a part time worker in East Belfast, said, a day I would say around 6 hours, which I know is very bad and I should probably spend less time on it. I also did some research for this task and found out that Germany uses Facebook more than any other country, America uses Snapchat more than any other country, and 6 out of 13 countries use Twitter. France uses Snapchat more than 11 countries. 90% of people aged 13 plus use Facebook in the UK, 60% use Twitter, 51% use Instagram, and 50% use Snapchat. I also found out that 81% of teenagers felt social media has a positive effect on their lives. 91% of social media users access the apps on their mobile phones. An average of 3 hours is spent on social media each day. The average user spends 35 minutes on Facebook each day. The average user spends 25 minutes on Snapchat each day. And the average daily time spent on social media is 142 minutes per day. And another question we asked the interviewers was, what is your favourite social media app? Chloe Ogle said, my favourite would have to be Instagram. Ross Brown said, I don't really use social media, but I often go on WhatsApp to keep in contact with friends and family. I also use the betting app to see if I've won any of the horses I've bet on. And Lauren Ritchie said that the apps she spends the most time on are Snapchat and Instagram.